Do you find your mind is constantly looping, or you're constantly analyzing or overthinking and you just can't let go of something? Sometimes it's not the mind, sometimes there's something going on physiologically. And kinesiology is a fantastic tool to help you to identify specifically what is the underlying contributing factor to your symptoms. So first focus what it is that you're actually overthinking or keep repeating over in your mind. It is a representation of what's going on with your nervous system. And if we're in that state, we are more than likely stuck in a state of fight and flight, which has an impact for the onflow of our body. But your mind does this as a way of trying to keep you safe. It's keeping you safe in the way that it knows how, because it's learned this pattern over your lifetime. If things have kept you safe, kept you alive, it'll keep doing those things, even if you know consciously that it's not in your best interest and your well-being. So I'm just going to find the emotion that's related to this, referencing the kinesiology 5 elemental flow. So according to Chinese theory, emotions get assigned to different organs, and then left suppressed can start leading towards imbalances biochemically within those organs that they're assigned to. And let's see, central governing fire, top, bottom, heart, meridian. So 1, 2, 3, and it's the emotion of, this lighting, it's hard to read the black on the red, hysteria. Self to self, self to others. So in what context are you maybe feeling this emotion? You might not have used that word. Hysteria is quite a strong emotion, but maybe that's how your subconscious mind is actually feeling, really, and you might be suppressing it on the outside. But hysteria, if you think even of the word, like it generates all this bubbling up of energy and electrical frequency and just like too much surge, which then may be contributing to this looping thought. The balancing technique that's come up today to help with this balance is personal ecology 12B, which relates to a gentle cleanse. And this indicates that to do anything more might overwhelm the system. However, it's a nice gentle balance where we identify 2 meridian points to balance. The second one will give us some really lovely insights. So I'm just going to muscle test, firstly, the meridian that has the energy to share. So, okay, so it's from the central meridian, the yin points, governing central circulation, heart. Interestingly, the heart has energy to share today. 1 to 5, 6, 7, heart 8. And then hopefully we can do both points because you're going to have to do this on yourself. And then the other meridian that is deficient in energy, and counting 1, 2, 3 is our yang points. Then we have the lung, gallbladder, liver, large intestine, spleen. Spleen 1 to 10 to 20 to 15, 15, 16, spleen 17. I'll just quickly find that meridian point for you so you can see where number 17 is. 17 is right next to our nipple line there, that point where my finger is pointing. So on your left side, on your right side. So it's important that you do it on your right side using 2 fingers or a thumb. And the other one needs to go to heart 8, which is, you can sort of read on your left and also on your right. So heart 8, that's 9 there, so on the inside of our finger, and heart 8 is here. So while holding that point, and you need to also hold next to, just on your chest or bust there as well, while I read the information about spleen 17. So spleen 17 on the right side of your body here represents every meridian point has a name and a function. So the name of this one is called food drain or destiny path. And the dysfunction, so when this point is out of balance, it doesn't mean all of these things, it might be just one thing for you. Dysfunctional relationship with food, the unconsciousness eating, such as wastefulness, overeating, abstaining from eating, doing several activities while eating too quickly, feelings of unworthiness, feelings of scarcity and lack, that's in context of abundance, for example, inability to process life experiences efficiently. And that brings us back to our overall balance today. So relevant. And then with our overthinking and overanalyzing and that emotion of hysteria, and stuck in a loop of inaction while simultaneously seeking life purpose without follow through or on promptings. I love how the body works and communicates with us, because it's given us this balancing technique so specific to what it is that we need today. So remember, you're holding this spleen 17 point here on your bust line, as well as heart 8 is giving energy to this point, working with the meridian points. So while I'm just going to read the short version of this because it's actually quite a long reference reading, and I'm using this amazing book. You might like to order it. I call it like the Bible of Meridians because it has all the information about every single meridian point and their names and their functions. It doesn't show the meridians, like I reference a different book for that, which is this lovely little handbook here. I'm just reading now what spleen 17 might mean for you. So unblocking and activating this energy release point brings conscious awareness, value, and sacredness to food. It empowers the absorption of nutrients for the benefit of life enrichment and wholeness. It assists in learning from life experience, absorbing the beneficial aspects and releasing the inessential. So how does that represent your life and what's going on? What is really inessential in context of what you're thinking about? So it strengthens the resolve in viewing ourselves, all of humanity, the vegetable kingdom, the animal kingdom, and the earth as sacred. It brings awareness and consciousness to the interconnectivity of all and humanity's role as stewards of the earth. As the name Destiny Path implies, it opens up the passageway to receive the bountiful harvest so that one may be nourished to fulfill destiny. The spleen meridian sits in the earth phase here, and often it's very depleted, particularly in mothers, wives, females who are constantly giving to others and not receiving enough back in return. You might not receive it back from the same person, but in this context, we need to receive the proper nutrients and nourishment from our food in order to clear this block and our overthinking. As I said, the gut communicates with the brain 7 times more frequently than the brain communicates with the gut. But if you'd like to find specifically what balancing techniques your body needs, then you can book an appointment online with me. Just go to www.empoweringhealth.clinic and then go to the booking button, or otherwise /booking will also take you there. You'll see my full calendar of availability as well as pricing. And then you can book a remote session, an online session, or an in-person session. Look forward to welcoming you soon.